Have you ever heard of a desert in Europe? Right now, you could think I'm suddenly in the Sahara Desert maybe, or the Kalahari, but no, I'm in Europe. This is Le Grand Dune du Pilat, the Grand Dune of Pilat, and it's a desert in Europe, and it's growing every year. At the moment, it's blocked by trees on 3/4 of the side that were planted in the 18th and 19th century to stop the growth of this great dune. But as you can see here in the distance, the sand is already drifting on and the trees are dying there. It is, of course, the Bay of Biscay behind me, and it's because of the Bay of Biscay and it's because of the wind and the water that drifts this finite sand further and further inwards, and what's spreading this grand dune further into France. As you summit the sand dune from the car park on the other side behind me, if you get to the top, which is not so difficult, you're rewarded with this bassin d'Arcachon and out into the Bay of Biscay, and of course out into the Atlantic Ocean. I can see New York over there in the distance, maybe, but what I can see for miles is an absolute unbelievable view. The sea, different colours, the blues, the greens, the islands, the pine forests, and then right over there in the distance you can see many people taking advantage of the wind. There's paragliders out there, kiteboarders in the distance, and this wind, the sea and this finite sand is what is growing this great dune, and it's becoming bigger and bigger every day. So if I look this way, you look this way, you can see the pine forest there. It looks pretty healthy here, just a bit of dead wood and stuff, and it goes on for miles this way. But if I just swing 180 degrees, you can see where this great sand dune is starting to move in here, and you can see this kind of browny colour, which is obviously the sand just spreading. Like right now where I am, you can feel the wind, and it's going on for miles here, so it's obviously spread a lot more over this way, and it's killed the trees, and it's just growing and taking anything that's in its way. And I guess this is what deserts do. This is why in Africa, in the Sahara, they're talking about this green belt between a lot of African countries. They want to plant millions of trees to try to stop the spread of the Sahara, but they're a beast. You know, this sand, you know, it's incredible what it does in some ways, you know. It just goes. And like I say, here it seems to be doing all right. There is some dead trees there in the distance, but this kind of layer down here, which is pretty cool because it's just going straight down here. I mean, right now could do with a little, you know, board or something, you know what I mean, like just absolutely bomb down there. Even a sledge, you know, and it's looking pretty fresh. But yeah, here you can see it's just starting to just take over, and I guess that's what deserts do. And what do we do to combat it? Plant more trees is probably a good idea, but really it's the power of nature. Finally then, this is Le Grand Dune du Pilat, the Great Dune of Pilat, close to Bordeaux. Definitely worth a day trip